Hello everybody, it's Tarun. Welcome to your 8th tutorial in Basic Python course. In this tutorial, I will be teaching you guys about dictionaries and tuples. Okay, so let's go ahead and start learning them. Okay, a dictionary is like a list, but more general. Okay, in a list, the position that indices have to be integers. But in a dictionary, the indices can be any data type. Okay, so you can think of dictionary as a mapping between set of indices and their certain values. Okay, here the set of indices are called keys. Okay, so as an example, I am going to be building a dictionary, okay, which have English to Spanish conversions. Okay, so there are two ways of creating dictionaries. First one is by a inbuilt function called dict. Okay, so how to use that? I'm going to create English to Spanish, so this is the name of my dictionary, space dict. Okay, then press enter. So what it did, it created a blank dictionary in the variable name English to eng to sp. Okay, so you can check that by printing the eng to sp. Sorry. Okay, you can see that it is an empty dictionary. So you can see that any variable is a dictionary or a list by the difference of the braces. In a list, the braces were square braces, but in the dictionary these are curly braces. So how to add items to a dictionary? You can use square brackets in there. Okay, so how I have added an element? I have typed the name of the dictionary, then in place of index, okay, I have typed the value, okay, which I want to replace with index and the value corresponding to the index. Okay, so let's check what does eng to sp shows. So you can see that it shows 1 as index and uno adds its value. So now let me edit it more. Okay, okay, so this is our dictionary. Another thing which I want to tell you about the dictionary is that now I have added 3 elements in the dictionary. Okay, so when I print them, these are not in the order which I have added the elements. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that, because whenever you want to print any value from the dictionary, you have the index as a value or certain element. Okay, because these are not indexed as integers, so you don't have to worry about that thing. So if you want to print what is the English to Spanish of 2, okay, so how can you do that? See, you can when you did this statement, you got the answer loss. Okay, so this is how you can create a dictionary. Okay, another way which I want to tell you about creating a dictionary is take the variable name, say x, or say family this time. Okay, and in curly braces Okay, in curly braces, type in the first key value. Okay, let's say dad. Okay, I am creating age and persons dictionary. So dad, let's say 44, comma, another element key, say mom, and 42. Okay, so go ahead and check that. Now you can see that it has created the, what say, dictionary, and this was another way to create a dictionary. There are certain methods and built-in functions which are related with the dictionaries. Okay, so first one is has underscore key. Has underscore key. Okay, so how to use this? So if I check in family space has key, and in parenthesis, sorry, okay, this is how you use has key. Okay, in Python 2 version it is working, okay, but in Python 3 version they have removed this method. So another method is values method. So if I type vals equals to eng2sp dot values, so what will it do? It will take the values from the eng2sp dictionary and copy them in the vals. Okay, so these are the values of the eng2sp dictionary. So these are printed in vals. So if I check in vals, okay, so you can see that it is true. Okay, this was another method for the dictionary, which is in. And if I print any key value, any element with a key value which is not there in the dictionary, say like this, so it shows key error. Okay, key error 4. It means that there is no element present in the dictionary with key value as 4. Okay, there is another thing which is related with dictionaries is dictionaries can be used as a set of counters. Okay, it involves looping. Okay, so you might not be able to understand it now. I'll take the topic when I'll discuss loops with you. So let's move forward and go to the topic tuples. In the first video of this course, I told you about something called mutables and immutables. Okay, so now has come the point where I told you what are immutables and immutables in detail. So till now we have discussed lists and dictionaries which are mutable and strings which are also mutable. So what is meaning by mutable? That you can edit them or you can change their values once you create them. But tuples are immutable. Okay, a tuple is a sequence of values much like a list. So the values stored can be tuple can be of any type. They are indexed by integers. Okay, so just similar to list. And the most important difference between lists and tuples is that tuples are immutable. Okay, so tuples are comparable and hashable. So what we can do with them, we can sort lists of them and use tuples as keys in Python dictionary. Okay, so how can you create a tuple? Okay, let me show you how to create a tuple. There are two ways. First one is type any variable name in which you want to store the tuple, and type in the values, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, just separate them by with commas and press enter. Your tuple T has been created. Another way is to type variable name and in parenthesis type in the values with commas, separated with commas. Okay, so it is created. We have created another tuple. So when I have created a tuple, let me show you by checking its type. So you can see that it is showing class tuple. Okay, and another way to build a tuple is by the help of built-in function called tuple. So if I use tuple without any parameters inside it, say t is equal to tuple tuple, then press enter. So what it did, it created a tuple with empty values. Okay, so if I want to insert values inside it, inside any tuple, say t is equal to tuple, say new lessons. So if I type print t, you can see that it has created every character of the new lessons as its element, just like the list function did when I taught you. Sorry. So you can access the elements of tuple just like you can access the elements of a list. Say T0 M T5S. Okay, and the slice operator goes similar just like in list. Say okay, and if you try to modify any element of the tuple, you get an error. So let me show you how you can get an error. What if I want to change the first element only? Say it's new lessons. I want to replace it with n to make it new lessons. So you can see that type error, tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, it shows that you cannot edit any tuple. So you can replace one tuple with another. How you can do that? This was our earlier tuple. Say let's t equals to, and in parenthesis the new value, comma, plus so I was telling you earlier that you cannot modify a tuple, but you can replace some element of a tuple. This is how you can do that. And you created another tuple for replacing some element. So how you did it? You took tuple t earlier from the first index position to the last index position. Okay. And you entered a character n separate with comma, and then you added the this tuple. Okay, so this is how you have created a new tuple with n replaced where n replaces m. Okay, but this is not modifying a tuple. In this procedure, you have created a new tuple. Okay. Now let me show you how to compare tuples. Say you have two tuples. Okay, and I want to check that whether one of them is less than the other. Okay, so you can see that it shows true. but you might be thinking that every element is smaller in this tuple is smaller than every element of this. So how it will always show true, okay? But this is not how it compares. It compares first element first. Okay, these are equal, so it will move forward to next element. 1 is less than 3. Okay, so it will show you true. But what if I use you can see that it is again showing you true. This is because it does not go to this element to compare, because it has found this element less than this element. Okay, so the sort function in a tuple works in a similar way. So let me show you. T dot sort. Just wait, let's see what is the error. Okay, this is how you can sort in the tuples. Okay, instead of using t dot sort, you need to use sorted and in parenthesis the tuple name. Okay, and you can see that it has first sorted out the capital letter, and then it has sorted out small letters in the alphabetical order. Okay. Moving forward, I am going to teach you about tuple assignment. One of the unique features of the Python language is the ability to have a tuple on the left hand side of an assignment statement. Okay, so what I am saying that you can have a say tuple at left hand side, and you can assign it to anything on the right hand side, but on the right hand side must be a list or a sequence. Okay, so what it does, it helps you to assign multiple variables at a single time. So I need to create a list first for this. Say okay, this is my list, so xy equal to m. Okay, so you can see that when I typed a tuple on the left hand side, assigned it to a list, it took the respective value from the list and assigned it to the variable x and y. Okay, so this was the thing about tuple assignment. Moving forward, I am going to be teaching you about dictionaries and tuples. Okay, dictionaries have a method called items that returns a list of tuples, where each tuple is a key value pair. So we had our ENG to SP dictionary. So let me show you how to use that item method. So T is equal to ENG to SP dot items. Okay, and T. So you can see that these are the dictionary items with 1 and UNO, which was a key value pair as a tuple, 3 and tres as a key value pair in a tuple, and 2 dos as was a key value pair, and it is now a tuple. Okay, so now if I use sort here, it is again showing that error. So how to sort it, I have told you. You can see that it has sorted it was already sorted. Okay, so this was all from my side on dictionaries and tuples. Okay, go ahead and play around them as much as you like, practice them. Okay, so without practice you might not be able to program well. Okay, there are some things which are there in dictionaries and tuples which you will be able to understand only when you have understand the concept of looping. Okay, looping and conditionals, if else statements. Okay, so in the next tutorial I will be teaching you guys about conditionals. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next tutorial.